was steaming. And that time over at Johnny's place, well, this chick got up and she slapped Johnny's face. Man, we just fell about the place. If that chick don't want to know, forget her. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. I said, the boys are back in town. 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 Spread the word around. Guess who's back in town? You spread the word around. Friday night they'll be dressed to kill down at Dino's Bar and Grill. The drink will flow and blood will spill. And if the boys want to fight, you better let them. That jukebox in the corner blasting out my favorite song. The nights are getting warmer, it won't be long. Won't be long till summer comes. Now that the boys are here again. The boys are back in town. 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 Spread the word around. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. The boys are back. The boys are back. The boys are back in town again. Been hanging down at Dino's. The boys are back in town again. I used to think maybe you love me. Now, baby, I'm sure. And I just can't wait till the day when you knock on my door. Now, every time I go for the mailbox, I gotta hold myself down. 'Cause I just can't wait till you write me you're coming around. Now I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, and don't it feel good? Hey, all right now, and don't it feel good? Hey, yeah. I used to think maybe you love me. Now I know that it's true. And I don't want to spend my whole life just waiting for you. Now I don't want you back for the weekend, not back for
So this is a track for our pre-Loga auctions. Here's IOP. The Pony Nations Cup final is 73 seconds, 425 metres at 350 metres per minute. 73.
sunshine. Whoa, I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa,
you riders, the arena is now closed for inspection.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to Centaur Park. It was the Netherlands that took the gold medal position in the FEI Jumping Nations Cup final for the children on horses. Belgium finished in second and Italy rounded out those podium positions to take the bronze medal. The children on horses came first, but now we look to the pony final for the FEI Youth Nations Cup. There are 7 nations that come forward, and you may note that that's a little bit different to what we see in the children and the juniors and the young riders, and that's because the FEI rules state that if there's 8 or less nations that present in the qualifier on Thursday, all of those nations come forward and qualify for the final. But there's a really big difference because they all qualify for the final. They do in fact carry their faults forward from that qualifier. So it makes things a little bit more challenging for the nations coming forward. They'll really have to hold their own around another track designed by Great Britain's Rafael Suarez, who's assisted by Marco de Jong and Rens van der Gem of the Netherlands and Bart Hendricks from Belgium. 12 fences, 15 jumping efforts over a distance of 425 metres. The time alloved's been calculated at 73 seconds with a speed requirement for the ponies of 350 metres per minute, the same for the children on horses. So it is the first of 7 nations that come forward. It's Belgium, and the only team that went clear in the qualifier, so start on a score of 0. Ireland will be starting on 4, the Netherlands on 6, and we'll be taking you through the rest of those starting penalties as those teams come forward. We wish them all the best of luck, but the first on track, it is Belgium's Carlotte Merschot-Vorman and Black Pearl SHNRW. Over the penultimate, and it is a good start for Belgium. Just the one fence to go. It's clear at the last for Carlotte Merschot-Vorman and Blackpool SHNRW. The time allowed, though, 73 seconds. So it is one commenced second over that time allowed. It does mean at 1 time penalty up and on the board.
Sweden next to come forward. Selma Gustafsson is the first rider for Sweden. A total score of 20 from the first round.
So Germany get us underway with Sweden that come next. Sweden, Selma Gustafsson and Barra Valley Shadow. So a correction, in fact, Carlotte Merschot-Vorman riding for Germany. They start on 27. And that could be their best potential finish score. Certainly does put a weighty start on Team Germany, with Sweden presenting on 20. Their faults carried forward from the qualifier. Barra Valley Shadow and Selma Gustafsson the first of 4 for Sweden. Forward is on the cards of the first of the riders for Sweden. Salma Gustafsson Thielen, Baravali Shadow. They're inside the time allowed of 73 seconds, a total of 4 there. So Great Britain come now. We skip over Switzerland because they've got a team of 3. They'll be presenting their first of 3 riders after the first rider's gone for all the other 7 nations. All the other 6, in fact. It's Isabella Rogers and Neil 55. Great Britain carrying forward 8 penalties to the Nations Cup final. And Isabella Rogers will be looking to keep them on that 8. Was part of the Pony European team. France back in July took a bronze medal on that occasion. And was out winning here at Centaur on the first of the European legs of this 2023 Nations Cup series. Yeah, so it does go clear. Isabella Rogers and Neil 55 keeps Great Britain on the fault score that they carried through from the qualifier. Could have a best potential finish of 8, and we've got 3 riders still to go for Great Britain. The likes of Georgia Cooper Hall, Katie Bradburn and Madison Seedhouse with a final of 4. But the Netherlands come now, and it's Ava Eden van Grunsven with Special Lady. Ava, who was out winning in the qualifier on Thursday, put in a great clear round for the Netherlands. Has also had more top 10 finishes in the Nations Cup Grand Prix classes on Friday. Don't forget, if you've missed any of the action from us here at Centaur Park, you can watch it all back on demand via Clip My Horse TV. Eva Eden van Grunsven and Special Lady, Team Netherlands, who carry forward 6. Could be getting off to a great start for the Netherlands. Eva Eden van Grunsven and Special Lady stopped the clock in 67.49, and it is a clear round for them, the first of their 4. But our attention shifts now over to Ireland, and the nation that carried through 4 faults from the qualifier on Thursday. First of their riders comes in the shape of Cian Daw and Sparkling Lackamore Joey. It's been a huge part of Team Ireland, taking them to 2 wins on the Nations Cup series so far this year. The first here at Centaur back in March, and the second of those wins, Hagen in Germany. It is Ireland that finish in the top spot of the final European standings for the Ponies, having taken wins in Belgium, in France, in Germany and the Netherlands. A point score of 400. Been on fire this year, with Belgium second and Germany third in those European standings. The top 3 all represented in this pony final. So Cian Daw is the first for So with the pony teams starting on the faults that they carried through from the first round, it puts Ireland on a slight back foot as they carry through 4. But Cian Dore gets them off to a great start with a clear round. On Sparkling Lackamore Joey, 70.36 is where they stop the clock. There is just the one team, though, that comes forward on a score of 0, and we go to them now. It's Belgium's Laura Tiskens and Naveo. The Pony Rider partnership that finished 6th with a double clear in the Nations Cup Grand Prix on Friday. Competition that was won by Lily Tunney. For Ireland, Cian Dore finished 2nd in that Nations Cup Grand Prix. Cian, who we've just seen from for Ireland. Could Belgium be remaining on 0? They certainly do. 68-66, and it's clear for Laura Tiskens and Naveo. The good form continues. Perhaps we'll be picking up more top placings in the Nations Cup final for the pony categories. It's the children and horses that took centre stage this morning. The juniors and the young riders still to come. The juniors getting underway at 14:45 Central European summertime. But back we go to the first of the 7 nations that came forward to the Ashford Farm Arena in this final. It's Germany's Antonia Hassler and Buzzkid Rob. You may be wondering what happens to the prize money in this competition, since we didn't see any of the ponies jump in the Challenge Cup yesterday. Well, in fact, the prize money for the Nations Cup final and the Challenge Cup has been combined. The riders, the team certainly won't miss out. But because all the teams came through to the final, as there were only 7 nations that started in the qualifier, does mean that they carry the faults. Germany carrying 27 into the final. Antonia Hassler and Buzzkid Rob, their 2nd of 4. Eight jumping it is for Antonia Hassler and Buzzkid Rob. For Germany, 70-67 becomes the disregarded score at the moment, but they do have 2 more to come forward. With Switzerland coming next, it's Elsa Kratinger and Blackjack Didombiev. Switzerland contesting with a team of 3 and carrying through 20 to the final. Through the first 3 combinations goes Elsa Kratinger and Blackjack Didombiev. The 2nd of the combination fences the treble at 9A, B, C. They'll be rolling right-handed to that now. Four it is for Elsa Krattingen. The first of three for Switzerland, with Blackjack de Dombieff for jumping faults and a time of 71.15. That means Switzerland can have a best potential finish score of 24 in the final. And now to Mika Lund of Sweden, making their Nations Cup debut here. Final with Corbeer Legend. Might be the Nations Cup debut, but have already been out winning on the international circuit. The most recent win in the month of May is Zidvold in the Netherlands. The venue that also hosted the 6 of 7 qualifying legs of the 2023 series. To the Oxford they go with 12.68.72, and it is 16 jumping in total for Sweden's Mika Lund and Corbeer Legend. Means Sweden's now best potential finish score stands at 24, with two riders, Victoria Jensen and Viggo Böstrand, still to come forward to the Ashford Farm Arena. Lift the curtain on the next to go for Great Britain. The first that came forward, Isabella Rogers, went clear and inside the time allowed of 73 seconds. So Great Britain for now remain on the 8 faults that was carried forward from the qualifier on Thursday. Can Georgia Cooper Hall capitalise on the early lead with Saxton Freedom? Jump Great Britain to a silver medal winning spot on the series this year in Austria. And also took Great Britain to a top 3 finish at the Pony Europeans in Le Mans. Georgia Cooper Hall and Saxton Freedom keep Great Britain on their forward score of 8. They put in a clear round, 71.60. It's 2 for 2 for Great Britain. They've got another 2 riders that remain. Noah Franson next. This rider knows just what it takes to get into the top 3. Has done so already here this week at Centaur Park, with the best result coming in the one-star small tour on Friday. Second place, albeit on a different ride by the name of La Vista. This is Piotr van der Grovenhoevel and Noah Franson for the Netherlands. So the forward is 69.87. The Netherlands now Fransen and Piotr van der Groevenhoevel mean that the Netherlands' best potential finish score is that of 6. With Ireland that come next, having already put forward a clear round in the Nations Cup final for the Ponies. Cian Dore was the first of their 4 to go, with Emily Maloney next on Lady Crown. Had some good international runs out in Europe this year. And were part of the gold medal winning team here at Centaur Park for the first of the legs of the Nations Cup for Team Ireland. Since then have been making quite a lot of noise in both France and Germany, taking wins at the Pony Europeans for Team Ireland. Ireland, who sits second at the moment in the competition, but I'll say the same as what I've been saying throughout all the team competitions. It's too early to tell who'll be taking the win. In reality, it's certainly between that Great Britain, the Netherlands, Ireland and Belgium, with Switzerland, Sweden and Germany on quite weighty penalty scores, having had to carry their faults through from the qualifier. Certainly time for all to get involved yet, though. More clear rounds coming from Ireland, the latest of those from Emily Maloney and Lady Crown. Ireland remain on 4. And Belgium have the potential to be the only team that finish on 0. The only clears that came from the qualifier on Thursday. It's Martha-Louise Dieu and Swarovski. Belgium's first of 4, Laura Tiskens, going clear in the opening rounds. Belgium could still be finishing on a score of 0. Remember, it is the best 3 individual scores combined that makes up the team result. 4 jumping it is for Martha-Louise Dieu and Swarovski of Belgium. 68.03 their time. Puts a little bit of pressure on the 2 remaining riders. But if they go clear and inside the time allowed of 73 seconds, would see the only score of 0 in this final competition today. But Germany next, and it's Leonie Assmann and Hanky Fax H that take centre stage. The same pairing that finished 3rd in Friday's Pony Big Tour, supported by Steffex Horse Trucks. Dumped a clear round on that occasion. Will we get a clear for them here in this Nations Cup final for the Ponies? Does go clear indeed, Leonie Assmann and Hanky Fax Age. See Germany now with a potential finish score of 28, and they've got one more rider to go. Leonie Panda will round out the competition. Switzerland come now, though. It's Victoria Beck and Bolero de Turpin, the only nation in the competition for the ponies with a team of 3. Does mean that all 3 of their scores will count. The first of their riders picking up 4 jumping penalties. So Victoria will be coming forward with a vengeance, looking to attack the track and go clear. The pony course of 12 fences and 15 jumping efforts. Certainly seems to be hitting that required pace, though, of 350 metres per minute. They've got to keep travelling through this double. Does get caught up to the B element, but Bolero de Turpin has some quick footwork and jumps them out of trouble there. So unfortunately, retirement from Victoria Beck and Bolero de Turpin mean that Team Switzerland are eliminated because they are a team of 3 and all 3 of those scores counting. It means we won't be seeing from their final rider Victoria Shabakov and Tankers Town Dreamer, as Victoria Beck brings the attempt to Switzerland to a close. Just not getting the run that they wanted here in the final. So let's look at the rankings at the moment. Quite an early part to really see who'll be taking the win, but Belgium in the best position on their score of 0. Ireland are in second on 4. The Netherlands third on 6. Great Britain in 4th place on 8th, or on 8 in fact. But there's 2 to jump for the Netherlands, 2 to jump for Ireland, and 2 to jump for Great Britain. There is time to see the top of the leaderboard change, and it could be changing quite dramatically too. So fasten your seatbelts, because the pony final at the FEI Youth Nations Cup is not over yet, with Victoria Jensen next on Inez for Sweden. Didn't actually see this partnership jump in the qualifier on Thursday. That's okay though, because the national federations declare 5 riders at the start of the week, and they're able to pick a team of 4, or 3 in the case of Switzerland, from that pot. You don't actually have to present the same team in the final that jumped in the qualifier. It's the same for the Challenge Cup competitions as well. Scrambles through the water. The number 7, but neatly through the treble. It's still clear for Victoria Jensen and Inez for Sweden. It's go, go, go for Sweden here this afternoon. Victoria Jensen and Inez provide the first of the clear rounds for them. In Sweden retain their best potential finish of 24. And they've got one to go. Keddy Bradburn now for Great Britain, with Ardo Boy. Only took over the ride on this 15-year-old in April from fellow Team GB rider Xanthi Anstey Marriott, but has already picked up many a national placing at the height of 130, the same height that this finals ran at. First time that Katie's been part of an international British team, but has been on good form this week. Great to see them coming out and jumping for Team GB. Sure, not the last time we'll be seeing them on the teams. I'm sure their sights firmly set on the
goes for 4 faults there for Katie Bradburn. So that can still be disregarded depending on what their last ride it does. Netherlands next to come forward.
So 4 faults it is for Katie Bradburn and Ardo Boy for Great Britain. Sees their best potential finish score now on 8. We've seen 2 clear rounds and 1 faulting combination. So that does become the disregarded score. It was 8 faults that Great Britain carried through from the first of the qualifiers, and Madison Seedhouse still to jump for them. We'll be circling back round to Great Britain in just a little while, but now it is to the Netherlands. A team that could be finishing on the faults they carried through of 6 into this Youth Nations Cup final for the Ponies. Renske van Middenop and Dollarboy the second. Renske, who finished in 5th in the Big Tour Special for the Ponies on the opening day of the Nations Cup here at Centaur Park. Not a million miles to go for Renske van Middenop and Dollarboy the second for the Netherlands. The team that have already produced 1 clear round. But as they turn to the final fence, it is 8 on the card. The time could be tight. 72.70, 0.3 of a second inside the time allowed of 73 seconds in this Nations Cup final for the Ponies. So shifts Netherlands' potential best score to 10. Just shake things up a little bit at the top of the leaderboard, with Great Britain into 3rd, Ireland 2nd, and Belgium holding the lead. Ireland and Belgium both with 2 riders to go, and this is the first of the final 2 for Ireland. Paddy Reap and Fernando. The winning combination for both the team and individual stages. And the Pony Europeans in Le Mans, France back in July. They were also making up the Nations Cup team in Hagen in Germany. And here at Centaur back in March. So clears come up onto the board once again for Ireland. Paddy Reap and Fernando go clear in 70.34. Ireland remain on 4 penalties, and they've got 1 rider to go. James Derwin will be the last of those 4 for Ireland. As we look next to Belgium and our leading nation in this pony final. Clementine Lux, Their third of 4 riders on Bounty.
Bounty, good luck to you. Success.
Clementine, he wasn't actually part of the qualifying team on Thursday, but has very much held her own throughout the competition, taking placings in the children categories of the sport. Took a silver medal this morning. For Team Belgium, it was the Netherlands that won the children on horses. Italy in bronze. And you can keep up to date with all the results yourselves. You can find those at online.akeep.com. So Clementine Lux and Bounty over the last, it is 12 jumping faults in a time of 72.03. Belgium could though still remain on a score of 4. As Clementine Lux could very well be the disregarded score. Pressure though now mounts up for their final rider. But certainly excitement that builds for those watching at home and for those sat ringside here at the Ashford Farm Arena, with 2 more Nation Cup finals to bring you here on FEI TV later on today. We will be seeing from the juniors next at 14:45, and then the young riders just before 5 o'clock. Germany next, and it is Leone Panda and Indy Mill A. So a clear round from Germany's Leone Panda and Indy Mill A would see Germany finish on a final score of 32.
Oh, you didn't deserve that. Last goes to 4 faults for Leone. So for Team Germany, we disregard
32 it is. Even with Leone Panda picking up 4 jumping penalties, it is Antonia Hatzler's score of 8 that becomes disregarded. And it's unfortunate really for Germany, because he certainly came forward and put some nice rounds on the board in this pony final, but did carry through 27 faults from the first round, starts them on the back foot, and unfortunately doesn't quite allow them to rattle the top of the leaderboard on this occasion. All of the pony teams qualifying for the final here on Sunday, since there were less than 8 nations that declared for the qualifier itself. It does appear that the ground jury have allowed Victoria Shabakov to come forward and jump. Team Switzerland, though, were eliminated after the retirement of Victoria Beck a little while ago, being the only nation of 3 riders in this pony final. But clear round it is for Victoria Shabakov and Tankerstown Dreamer. Clear round in 68 at 24. should be really, really pleased with that. A shame to see Switzerland step away from the competition with one of their 3 riders opting to retire. The disadvantage of coming with 3 riders. But it's not over yet in the pony final, with Sweden still to jump alongside Great Britain, the Netherlands, Ireland and Belgium. It's Belgium that lead the way from Ireland second, Great Britain in third, with Sweden's Viggo Bertrand now. Gothmar Allard Viggo, who's also been contesting in the children on horses.
I'm losing my self-control. Yeah, you're starting to trickle back in. But I don't want to fall down the rabbit hole. Cross my heart, I won't do it again. I tell myself, draw the line. Not do I do, but once in a while I trip up and I cross the line. And I think of you. 2 years and
Will we get a clear round on the board for Sweden? We certainly do. 71-25, and it's the second clear round that Sweden have produced in the pony final. So they finish on a score of 24 in 214.93. Ranks them 5th for now, but we've still got some more nations to jump. And it is to Great Britain that we go next. Madison Seedhouse and Von der Vuzi. Madison, who's heading in the other direction. There we go. Now we pick up Madison Seedhouse and Von der Vuzi getting underway on the same ride that was the winner of the Pony 1 meter 30 Grand Prix in the Lamprechtshausen Youth Festival in Austria in May. And the good form's continued since then, with Nations Cup runs in Südwald. Another member of the Pony European team that took bronze in Le Mans alongside Georgia Cooper Hall. Great Britain on 8, 2 clear rounds in from them. Could we make it 3 clear rounds up on the board? Put Great Britain onto the podium in this Nations Cup pony final. Four faults it is for Madison Seedhouse and Von der Vuzi. The time certainly okay, 66.86. Does mean that Great Britain finish on 12, and their time that comes from the best 3 athletes stops at 2:06.28. Ranks them in 4th, but the Netherlands still have 1 to jump, so do Ireland and Belgium as we turn to the first of our final 3 teams. It is the Netherlands and Bethany Vos, Nashville B. What a win they had on Friday in the Steph S Horse Trucks Big Tour against the clock, and on the same ride too, as they make this left-handed turn and approach the first of 12 fences. It is the Vangerscheide vertical at 1.
open up the champagne, pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night
Is this the second clear round that we're going to see from the Netherlands? Avery and Van Grunsven went clear, and I think Bethany Vos will do the same. She certainly does in 67.50. So the Netherlands finish on 10 in a time of 2:04.86, puts them into third place. But Ireland will look to push forward and secure their spot on the podium, with James Derwin coming forward on Brinkula Babol, the same ride that took a podium finish in the Nations Cup Grand Prix on Friday. The qualifiers held on Thursday, the Nations Cup Grand Prix that followed the Challenge Cup yesterday for the juniors, the young riders and the children on horses. But it's day number 4 here at Centaur Park, and it's all about the Nations Cup finals. It's the juniors that come next. But we've still got 2 to jump in the ponies. This, the penultimate, is James Derwin and Brinkula Babog for Ireland. Does need to be a clear round from James Derwin to see Ireland finish on 4. Belgium could also have the same finishing score, and then they'll be separated by the time. It looks to be quick from James Derwin, 68.63, and it certainly is a clear round. So Ireland finish on 4 in 2:09.33. And we've just got Belgium to go. To secure Belgium the win in the Nations Cup final for the Ponies. Robin Vermeer, Crystal Sparkle van Biegveld will have to go clear and do so in a time quicker than 72.64. They are the last to go, and we wish them the very best of luck indeed. And the pressure's certainly on for Belgium. Oh, the vertical goes. It does, and that puts 4 faults additionally in for Belgium. So they've got a best potential finish score now of 8. It's into third place. Second place, in fact. And Ireland step up into the top spot. They definitely don't want any more jumping penalties on the card. Looks to be travelling at a suitable pace, so should be okay for time. But look at that for a change of events. As the last to go, not only for Belgium, but the last to go in the Nations Cup pony final. Really close to the penultimate. It comes down, so 8 jumping faults it is for Robin Vermeer and Crystal Sparkle van Biegveld. 12 jumping in total, so Belgium finish on 16 in 2:05.25. That means Great Britain jump up onto the podium and will finish in bronze medal position. My oh my, wasn't expecting that, but what an amount of pressure that's put on these young riders. They've come forward all week and jumped absolutely superbly in what has been a massive atmosphere in the Ashford Farm Arena. And for some of them, it's their first time representing their countries. They should all be very, very proud of themselves, and with a bright future ahead for each and every one of them. The stars of the future, for sure. So, it is over for the Youth Nations Cup final for the Ponies, and we take a look to the leaderboard. and see Ireland taking gold. It's the Netherlands in silver and Great Britain that finish in bronze medal position. Well done to each and every one of them, as it is prize-giving time in the Ashford Farm Arena next, and will be underway with a junior final at 14:45 Central European Summer Time. We'll see you in just over an hour's time.
A celebration
for our ponies, the pre-Loga auction. We need all our Ladies and gentlemen, in celebration of the winner from the team from Ireland in the Logan auction at Pony Nations Cup, I invite you to be upstanding as we play their national anthem. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations to Team Ireland. Delighted to welcome forward the representative from the FEI. lap of honour as the victors of the Pre-Loga Auction Pony Nations Cup.
grote prijzen. Een combinatie die iedere chef d'équipe in zijn team zou willen. Ik ook. En ik zou Laura willen bedanken. En ik zou ook de teamtijskens willen bedanken. De grootouders, ze waren altijd op post. De ouders en ook Camilla, haar trainer. Mooie bloemen, overhandigd door Moeke, de grootmoeder van Laura. En jammer genoeg moet ik als teamchef het betreuren dat zij volgende week Navajo naar Duitsland gaat sturen. Dat is heel goed voor voor mijn Duitse collega. Fantastisch. Zo, Laura, we danken u voor al wat u voor de ploeg gedaan was. U was een top Amazone, een top pony. Dames en heren, geef ze een daverend applaus. Allebei. Navajo! Laura.